Hello everyone. We're going to give you all another Filipino history lesson for today. In this video, we will explore the history of Nueva Filipinas, its impact on the region and its legacy today. Nueva Filipinas, or New Philippines, was the old name of the present-day state of Texas. The Spanish explorers, led by Alonso Alvarez de Peneda, were the first Europeans to explore the region in 1519. They were followed by other Spanish expeditions, including those led by Francisco Vasquez de Coronado in 1540 and Juan de Oñate in 1598. These explorers encountered numerous indigenous tribes, including the Kadu, Karankawa, and Comanche, who had been living in the region for thousands of years. In 1685, French explorer René Robert Cavelier Sieur de la Salle established a colony in the region, which he named Fort St. Louis. The Spanish, who considered the region their own, saw this as a threat and launched an expedition to expel the French. In 1689, the Spanish established a mission in the area, which they named San Francisco de los Tejas. This was the beginning of Spanish colonization in the region. The Spanish established a series of missions and presidios, forts, throughout the region in an effort to convert the indigenous peoples to Christianity and to defend the region against other European powers. They also brought with them horses, cattle, and other livestock, which transformed the region's economy and way of life. The Spanish also introduced new crops such as wheat, maize, and beans, which helped to sustain their growing population. Despite the Spanish efforts to establish a colony in the region, they faced numerous challenges. The climate was harsh, with long periods of drought and extreme temperatures. Disease was also a major problem, with outbreaks of smallpox and other illnesses decimating the indigenous populations. Additionally, the Spanish faced resistance from the indigenous peoples, who saw their presence as a threat to their way of life. In 1821, Mexico gained its independence from Spain, and Nueva Filipinas became a part of the new Mexican Republic. The region continued to experience a period of turmoil, with various groups vying for control. The Anglo-American colonists who had begun to settle in the region sought greater autonomy and representation in the Mexican government. This led to the Texas Revolution, which culminated in the establishment of the Republic of Texas in 1836. Nueva Filipinas was a name that reflected the Spanish perception of the region's similarity to the Philippine Islands. However, it was a name that was not widely used or recognized outside of Spain. As the region became more settled and developed, it took on new names that reflected its unique history and culture. Today, Texas is known as the Lone Star State, a name that reflects the state's independent spirit and pride in its history. Manila used to be the crowning jewel of the Spanish Empire before the Filipinos wrestled freedom and independence from their former Spanish colonizers. It was the ideal colony under Spanish rule, and in the 1700s, the reputation of the Philippines spread across the ocean and took root in none other than Texas, the Lone Star State that was formerly known as New Philippines. Texas was part of the far south states that were part of the Spanish Empire in a place called New Spain in the decades before the United States of America gained independence from the British Empire. The Philippines and other well-established colonies provided them with the experience and knowledge necessary to colonize other countries. As a toast to the ideal colony, Spain hoped Texas would aspire to be like Nueva Filipinas, New Philippines, which became the unofficial name of Texas. The Franciscans' goal in both colonies was essentially the same: to evangelize the local native population. Texas was not the massive state it is today. Its landmass was only half as large back then. Antonio Margil de Jesus, a well-known missionary for the Spanish Empire, was the first person to call Texas the New Philippines in a letter to the Viceroy of New Spain in 1716. If he was successful in turning the Texas territory into another New Philippines, he hoped that his evangelization work would win him the favor of King Philip V of Spain. Similar sentiments were expressed in a letter from the Franciscan embassy to the Viceroy, which expressed their great hopes that this province shall be the New Philippines. In correspondence with Martin de Alarcon, the governor of Spanish Texas at the time, Nueva Filipinas first appeared in writing in a document dated in 1718. Governor and Lieutenant Captain General of the province of Coahuila, New Kingdom of the Philippines, and Coahuila, the province of Texas, is how Alarcon's title was written in the letter. In what is now San Antonio, which was known as Nueva Filipinas for roughly 40 years in the 18th century, the governor established his headquarters. Although the friars may have given it the name New Philippines in an effort to establish a model colony, the name may have been a portent of future upheavals and instability. The state of Texas changed hands roughly every 2 decades during the 19th century, much like the Philippines, which was also rife with conflict. A revolutionary war against Spain led to the creation of the United Mexican States, which included the states of Coahuila and Texas. South America was roughly half a century ahead of Philippines at that time. Texas eventually became an independent state and joined the United States of America in 1845, marking the short existence of the new nation. After its decades of turmoil following its exit from New Spain, the Lone Star State lost its New Philippines name and reputation, going simply by Texas, a word derived from the Caddo Native American word for friend, and Texas ties to the islands in Asia became lost in the footnotes of history. I hope you enjoyed and learned from our video for today. Please subscribe to this channel so we can continue to produce videos that celebrate Filipino culture and the Philippines. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please click the notification button if you would like to be notified each time we post a new video. Thank you and see you all in our next video.